You don't know the beat.
B-Tones and Tony Romos is homos. Been briefing on you niggas. Niggas know what time it is. Niggas was B-A-Y, nigga. Fuck the Jack Block. Before he died, he was a bitch. Nigga was straddling the fence, nigga. You say you with the shit, ain't no playing with the shit. I pray you ain't a snitch, I'm finna take you on the trip. Take it to Odell, sucker ceilings get flipped. We prowling in the 50s with this 50 round stick. Nigga, fuck the Jack Block. Before he died.
Rich, go on, do your talking, man. It's on you, Rich.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, man? Man, Mick, man, I'm just gonna keep it real with you, baby. Man, I'm glad
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna take me.
Before you keep it real, how did you like the earlier show, man?
The one that y'all did, man.
Yeah,
that,
Brother
man,
Robertson. Yeah,
man, that we, Brother Roberts and Satara, they just not gonna let me put this little fire that's burning in me, y'all. And I'm just like getting hotter and hotter the more I pay attention to stuff. I mean,
okay.
some people gonna wish I still was under the weather because it's some wicked stuff going on. But I gotta say this. I gotta give a shout out to Arthur Woodson. Yes, you did a 45-minute rant. Was it yesterday? Yeah, you did a 45-minute rant yesterday, and I'm only gonna talk about what you said for like 2 seconds. But I'm gonna give you a shout out for those 2 seconds because at least you did say that you supported Liddell Lewis. So I'm gonna give you credit for that. And I'm also gonna reiterate what I said yesterday. Also on the chat, anybody that's a water warrior, original water warrior that supported Liddell Lewis, shame on you. Um, if you say you didn't support Liddell Lewis, but you didn't show up against her, you supported her. You know, saying nothing is just like saying something in that situation, and that's how I'm looking at it. And the reason why I say what I say about Liddell Lewis is because she got 4 votes to be president of the city council. Uh, she has been making excuse after excuse after excuse ever since the election been over with. She came out the woods talking about she was only a part-time councilwoman. It just going on and on and on, and then it got to the point to where she didn't came out and said she voted for the firm because the city is paying back too much grant money, too many. And then I'm gonna come back to that. But then today, Jaleel jumps on trying to defend her, and he jumps on saying she got great plans. Ain't nobody in office talking about they got great plans. No, what is your great plan? I mean, what is the scenario of supporting someone that you use big words with no description behind? She's a great person. She got great plans. She going to do great things. She's already in office. So you should be saying she's doing this. She's working on that. She got great. And then what makes it so bad? Because if she really do have great plans, she really is working on something that's great. You're taking all of the luster off of that with this big word stuff. It seems like people are counting on the citizens of Flint to fall in love with words. No substance is words. Oh, she's a great person. Oh, she didn't have an agenda. I mean, I've been, but once again, I got to go all the way back to Arthur Woodson because I was confused after the election. And then I was also thinking, and I'm listening. I'm like, man, y'all saying that things was like this, y'all would do that. But this person had all that. And where was the support at? I don't see it. And then I had asked a predominant person that was 100% go hard for a person that this person is very influential, very influential. And the person told me that I just couldn't convince the people on her agenda. And they're talking about somebody else. They wasn't talking about Liddell Lewis. And I'm sitting back like, that's a weak excuse. When we knew her agenda before she announced that she was gonna run for city council. I expected that to hear it from her brothers and sisters when they said it, because they were looking for an excuse not to support her. So when they said that, I was like, well, you do what you defend what you say. So I wasn't, I no problem. But when the other person came and told me that, I'm like, oh my God. And then I got to thinking how people was pressuring me to do something when they wasn't even supporting the person that they wanted me to support. I'm like, how y'all want me to do something that y'all ain't doing? And now, which way do I go? Which way do I go? Do I gotta be a person that walks around thinking like, well, just because you go hard for me, that don't mean I'm gonna go hard for you? Do I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Oh, if you would have been in this situation, we had you. But I'm looking like, well, shit, she was in this situation, y'all ain't have her. I'm looking at, a lot. I'm looking at a lot. And then I keep hearing all of these big words. We're doing great things. We got great plans. Man, I'm just gonna keep it real. It sounded like Gretchen Whitmer. Because during that governor race, and I learned something from that governor race. And I learned that just because you win an election do not mean you are best for the job. And most of the time, the people whose agenda that they won't push the hardest spends the most money and get their people elected. Point in general, let's go to our past city council race. You got Eric Mays in the first ward. No competition. They gave Tanya Rising love like I received love in the third ward. Let's go to Liddell Lewis. If Eric Mays ever bring up a question about people in literature, then he's going to pull in some literature from Liddell Lewis. Let's go to the third ward, Quincy Murphy. Same thing there. If Eric ever go to the point to where he want to pull up physical proof about illegal mailings or over mailings or whatever controversy he want to say, versus somebody that didn't even have a yard sign, then his name is going to come up. Then let's go to the fourth ward. People were just tired of Kate Fields. But we got to look at the support, at the cover-up that was given in Kate Fields' favor. Let's go to the fifth ward, Jerry Winfrey Carter. That guy gave her a run for her money, and he ain't do nothing, but he been paying, but he's affiliated with some powerful people. And Jerry Winfrey Carter, just keep it real, she was able to overcome the flip-flopping of the previous 4 years. She was able to maintain her seat. What's the next ward? The sixth ward. Let's look at the winner of that race, Tanya. My girl Claudia came in second place. If the support team was switched the way they were doing the previous mayoral race, far as the person that Claudia Perkins was supporting in the mayoral race and the person that Tanya was supporting in the mayoral race are two different people, far as what they had going for them in their campaign. And I feel that Tanya got the advantage because she still has some of her old friends mixed in with her new friends, and Claudia didn't carry none. Claudia didn't carry too many new friends because you got to remember that mayoral election was a heated, competitive, half truths and plenty of lies election. So it's still people to this day that ain't too fond of certain people because of certain things that they said during that the election. It's still certain people that don't even want to talk about the damage that they did during that election to a beautiful person. But because of the way people move, and I don't know, I'm not in those backdoor conversations. I probably been the title of some of them. I know I've been blackballed from all kinds of angles. I know historically things that happened, and a whole lot of my shouts, cries, whine, whatever y'all want to call it, has been ignored. Let me say another thing that I'm gonna get back on. I'm gonna get back to the 8th ward. I mean, we're gonna get to the 7th ward, but
7th ward, Rich.
But we got 7th ward. But I'm going to get there. I might come back. I might not. Let's talk about the 7th.
You're taking too long, man.
If the 7th ward come up,
you done with the 6th ward?
Huh? I talk about the 6th ward.
Okay, you talked about
the 7th ward. We gotta talk about Allie Horkerberry. And when Eric decide to pull up different literature, I'm quite sure her name will be in that.
Hold up, Rich. Not to cut you off. We got a question in the comments. Shatara said, let's just be real though. Some of the folks lost because of themselves. Can you talk to
a lot of them lost because of themselves. A lot of them, I mean, if your base, just be honest. Somebody that got a base that has so many mailings that you got a councilman that's screaming foul play. And when you're going up a machine like that, it's hard to win. It's impossible to win. I remember I was asking people why they voted for. I was asking people why did they vote for Cynthia Nilly, and they said she was the only person that they knew to vote for.
Rich, did you hear anything I just told you?
What?
You freezing up.
All right, how I'm doing now?
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, like I was saying, those mailings mean a lot. I had people, and no dismay about Cynthia Nilly, nothing like that, but the truth is the truth. A lot of people voted for her because they didn't know nobody else to vote for. We can go to the 8th ward, Alan Griggs. Pfeiffer had enough money to combat that literature attack that Griggs put forth. Now they go to the 9th ward.
Hold up before you go to the 9th ward. Let's get back to that good question you just asked. I mean, you answered when you said Pfeiffer had money to combat that, right? Now,
Yeah.
then all these other, I mean, we gotta throw the real questions out there. Everybody knew is that when is the council race is? What is it? Every 5 years, every 6
Well,
years?
now it's every 5 years. It's gonna be
Okay.
in 5 years, and then it's gonna go back to 4.
Okay, now hear me out. If you know this is every 5, we're gonna go with the 5. You know it's every 5 years. If you know you finna run, shouldn't you be putting some money up and quit? Like when you have to depend on people. See, that be our problem when we have fires black. So I'm gonna speak on ones who don't have the money. If you know you're gonna run for council, start getting your money ahead of time, because ain't nobody entitled to spend their money on you. Whether people don't understand that or not, everybody got the right who they want to pick. So if you know what I'm saying, if you know you're gonna run, have your money, people, for future endeavors. If you know you finna future references, if you know you finna run, put your money up to run for council.
Your money.
Then we can't hear it about they didn't
Your
do this,
money.
they didn't do that. Yeah, your
You're
own
right.
money. Because you can't hold up. Shatara just got a question for you, Rich. Well, she said, let's also be clear about Cynthia Neely. She was placed in politics. I can't really fault her. She should have been coached and groomed better to handle this position. I can agree with that. How you feel on that?
Because we was dumb enough to vote for her. She told us, flat out, she had nothing to do with politics for 19 years. She only became interested in politics when her husband told her to run for his seat. And we voted for her. And these people went out and campaigned for her. And these people are still going to be talking about she done great things as a state rep in the next couple of weeks. So, you know, we got a lot of blinders. Just like today on the Daily Show, when y'all came out and made a point, they come out saying Liddell got great plans. The voters gotta educate themselves a little bit better. For number one thing, we need more voters, because if it don't matter how much literature people putting out, none of that. If the community got involved to see what was going on, especially nowadays. Nowadays, you should be able to get you an absentee ballot, whether you want to vote absentee or not, and you should be able to research everybody on that list. Everybody that ran for office. That's even talk about the girl Shannon that ran in the 7th ward against in the 7th ward against Monica and Allie. If you would have Googled her, you could have found out some of the stuff that she did. That's who else was on the ballot that people didn't know about, but they could have got an early ballot and found out something about. Dude, matter of fact, what about wasn't that the school board race too? No, that was right before the school board race. Am I right?
Maybe.
Yeah. But during that school board race, it would have been very beneficial for all of them people to get them an absentee ballot and Google all of those people that was running for the school board. Maybe the top vote getter wouldn't have been a top vote getter because she didn't even have a history of being in the city of Flint, and yet she became the top vote getter in the school board race. And she has such a bad history about being in the city of Flint that she couldn't even reach her inauguration day.
Well, Brenda Boyd just said this, Rich. She said, we not reaching the residents on any subject. They're not even attending the meeting today in the 3rd ward. They're not getting involved. Well, I mean, my thing is this, and this to you, Brenda. I think they want it like this. They don't really want the people involved in voting, because half them people that's in them seats wouldn't be in them seats. If the people was really involved and really did their homework, we wouldn't have a mayor, we wouldn't have the state rep we wouldn't have over probably the majority of these council people. Let's just be honest. Because look what they winning by 100 votes. Who was
They're
the
not
top
even winning by 100.
No, I'm saying how many votes they get. My bad. Not saying they winning by 100. I'm saying they getting 100 votes.
Man,
You
we're
mean to tell
we're
me?
not even averaging 1,000 people award voting.
No, that's what I'm saying. You can't even get 10% of the people, and you got wards that got 7,000, 6,000, 8,000 in them. And you mean to tell me? And who was the most getter? Was that the 7th ward where Monica them had? And they got way more people living that in the 7th ward, and that's y'all combined. That's what y'all got. Was it even combined? Did Flint even have a combined? Did Flint even have a combined for the total race? Did they have even 10,000 people vote in the council race?
I don't think so. I think we were like 8,000 or something, almost 9.
That voted in the council race?
Yep. How many people y'all think gonna vote in this mayoral race?
Hey brother, I would love to know how many gonna vote in this race.
Man, I want some campaigners to brag on the person that they want elected. I don't want no attack campaign. I feel that it's just the 3 people that I know that are running for office.
Who are they?
I feel that whatever one of those campaigns that you support, you should be able to say good things about that person and leave the other 2 out. But I heard it's another one, but I physically know for a fact that Sheldon Neely, Eric Mays, and Karen Weaver is running.
God, brother, I was going to tell you, won't you would have held that back. You don't be listening to nothing, Rich. I be saying.
Oh, my bad.
I know. Well, fuck it. That's who you feel.
Yeah, but I just feel that if you like Sheldon Neely, you should be able to say good things that he done. If you like Karen Weaver, you should be able to say the good things that she done. If you like Eric Mays, you should be able to say the good things that she done. You shouldn't have to go out there and bash nobody.
Rich, you muted yourself.
I don't know how.
Yeah, I can hear you have muted yourself.
I ain't touching nothing.
No, you good now, brother. I hear you.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't. It's time. It's time to get away from there. It's time to have people go and grab their ballots early and Google and see exactly what all of these people have done in their previous year.
Hold on one second, Rich. Nah, Brandon, this is who Rich think gonna run. He meant to say that's who he think gonna run.
No, I know all 3 of those people are running.
I guess, hey, Rich,
they are out. All 3 of those people that I mentioned names are getting signatures right now. And I know all 3 of them are going to be successful in getting enough signatures to be put on the ballot. I don't think no one will be treated like I was in the mayoral race.
Rich, you keep saying that. What you feel you was wrong, Rich? Let's just get that out in the open because I hear you say so much.
I got in my phone right now evidence where Monica Galloway received credit for having phone numbers in the address department. It's in my phone right now. And my folder, I have 2 names on my first sheet of paper that they said were not registered voter, and these people have been voting more than I have. That put me at 73 off rip, and I still got another 11, 12 pages to go. Then I go on my 3rd page, and it has 4 different streets, 3 addresses, 3 different addresses each street that says not counted. And what not counted means that somebody else went to all 4 of those streets and got all of those people information before I did. That's too coincidental. And I still got 10 more pages of challenges left. So, yes, I was illegally kept off the ballot. And no, I'm not going to be quiet. Yes, I accepted it. That's God's will, because if it wasn't God's will, it wouldn't have happened. So it is what it is. God, like real talk. He took my ride from me during a crucial time when I needed to reach 100 people. And then when I was like, you know what, I'm finna walk in me. Guess what he took? He took my leg. A person breaking their neck, calling me, talking about I got your yard sign. All of a sudden, the last time I talked to him, oh, I didn't know who this was. Yeah, you just, that's how it is what it is.
But you do know this, don't you, Rich? Now, for a person that didn't get on the ballot, you was fighting an uphill battle, brother.
Serious uphill battle.
Yeah, because hear me out. You was going in as a write-in. I hear you say that. But what you be failing to mention, brother. Even the mayor of Detroit, he went in as a write-in.
But he had a heck of a lot of people that was behind him.
He had millions of dollars that helped him, and that's what you gotta.
And he had people behind him. The money means something. Don't get me wrong, but the people mean more. The money means something, but the people mean more. So he had a very good balance. I mean, think about it now. Look what he just did. He just swept another election.
Well, Brenda Boyd, just like she said, Rich, she said you was with the wrong folks, Rich.
I was with myself. I guess I'm the wrong folks.
But I'm just saying.
I'm the wrong folks. That's just real talk. I was with myself.
Yeah, but once you didn't, but I'm just saying what maybe have brought people away, when you going, you did, but like Brenda Boyd said, you did really good though, Rich. You got to look at the positive. Can't always look at the negative. Because you look at the negative side too much. Look what you did. You was able to get a write-in for the write-in, a forum for the write-in candidates. You had people looking at y'all, even though you had people that was fighting against you. But I'm willing to bet you now that I just say AC Dumas, how he didn't want to come on there do a debate, and Quincy Murphy them didn't want to let y'all to be on the forum. You gotta look at that.
And I ain't mad at him.
But I'm saying
I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him.
No, I'm just, if you listen, Rich, I'm just trying to tell you. But y'all was fighting an uphill battle. Cause all I'm saying is that y'all had ones, the ones that was on it didn't want to give y'all a voice. But you forced it where y'all did have a voice though, Rich. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Y'all just needed more money behind the write-ins. Needed more money. Maybe you needed 30 or 40,000.
Man, all I needed was one mailing. I could have beat Quincy, and I still say that I would have beat Quincy Murphy with one mailing. One mailing would have beat all of those mailings that Quincy Murphy had.
Well, now if you ever decide to do it again, to start putting money together now, so you ain't got to worry about if somebody paid. I'm just saying, because that's what we'll get. You would say we'd get mad, man, because we'd be looking at it, and sometimes some people be doing it on BS. Then some people be looking at it like, look, man. They look at the numbers and like, look, far as with the money and be like, man, this gonna cost me this, and then they don't want to be. I'm just saying.
I understand everything, and I don't. And now, that's just be real. If I was in this situation, I would have debated them. I would have gave them a platform. But I don't blame them for not giving me a platform. Right. Why would you want to give somebody like me, somebody who when people, the few people that I was able to fiscally give don't get me wrong, man. I threw some blows. I had some mailings, and like I said before, when my ride broke down and when my leg went down, that would kill me. If I would have got a mailing, that would have alleviated that. But my main problem, my main reason for losing was because I wasn't able to go door to door. I wasn't. I wasn't. So when you don't have nobody walking with you, and then you're not able to walk, and you don't have a support system that mails you, that's God telling you to sit your butt down. You fought a good fight.
No,
That's it.
no,
But
not
listen,
right, right. But Shatara said, "No, I'm just gonna." We got a couple questions in comments for you. She just said, "Make sure you had the right people in your camp next time." That's all Shatara saying. You know.
true, true. That's why our community, and then, like I said, God does things in mysterious ways. God does things in mysterious ways. Even if we don't get our water account zero balance, the whole city know Richie Rich is for zero balance and stabilizing that waterfront. The whole city know it, whether they agree with me, whether they think I'm a fool for saying it, they know I said it. The whole city know. And then, like I was telling you in private, Mick, my problem is time. Is the city council race was next year?
Right.
Man, I wouldn't need no mail because I'm the only one that been standing out talking the truth about this settlement. I ain't pump fake a day or a conversation when it comes to that. From day one, I've been saying opt out. I have never said opt in. I never said let's cry together. I supported the criers, and I still support the criers because maybe their cries can be heard. But I don't think they have been heard
Well,
from the procedures going on and on and on. I'm positive that I'm right. We are at the point to right now, any day now, Judge Kelly will come and say whether or not we need to take the next step or y'all good, we're going to go ahead with these proceedings. And what I say do we need to take the next step is she can say I have to drop the charges because of the statute of limitation. She can say that. That's what those last hearings was for both sides. One side, our side pleading to continue, and their side saying it's been too long, drop it.
mm,
And it's up to the judge to decide whether or not she's gonna work and she's gonna vote in favor of our side or vote in favor of their side. Um, from day one, when this before it got to this point of the court, that could have been avoided. And how that could have been avoided, that's also in my phone too as proof. Eric Mays has served Rick Snyder. If Rick Snyder would have came to that city council chamber and sat down and explained himself, they would have had enough evidence from that meeting. The charges he would have way more charges than his misdemeanor.
well, answer this question for me right here. Do you honestly think if he did get subpoena, the governor would have came to the Flint City Council?
I think he could have been forced.
No, I'm just saying. Do
I
you
think he
think?
would have. I think he would have if all of the proceedings. I mean, you got to think about. Look what
No,
our
no,
current mayor is doing now.
Rich, just understand. Listen before you make that decision. I mean, what you finna answer. This the governor. This is a small city. He got the courts. So you think a subpoena was gonna make him come to a small city like Flint that he had emergency managers on? He the governor. He look at the charges he getting. That's what I'm saying. We can say you. I mean, if you think that would have happened, I just look at it as being symbolic. I didn't look at it like that really could have got him here. I don't care.
I know it could have got him here because ain't nobody in substance. Why you think Neely working so hard on hiring 2 lawyers to stop them from showing up in front of the city council? I think that
brother, that's the point that I'm trying to make right there.
If the city council would have stirred firm and the city of Flint would have stirred firm and demanded justice, yes, he would have showed up. He would have been forced to come. But just like the conversation changed, and he didn't even have to fight as hard to stay away from as the mayor. The mayor is fighting hard. He didn't even have to hire nobody not to come. He just said, "I'm Rick Snyder," like you said. "I'm Rick Snyder. I ain't coming."
That's the point I'm trying to make.
And then his attack dog and his escape Rudies and his conversation changers got away with murder.
Well, that's the point that I'm trying to make. Maybe the Weaver at that time didn't have time to really go back and trying to fight that fight. Just what he gonna come?
Didn't have strength.
Maybe she didn't have. Maybe
we can't solely blame Karen Weaver administration for that. We gotta blame.
What administration? Rich, answer my question first. What administration did Eric Mays call himself subpoena Rick Snyder under?
Karen Weaver.
Okay, I'm not saying nothing about. I'm just saying she probably ain't got time to be going back and forth with that. That's what I'm saying. Some fights is not even go fight that one.
You also got to remember that was a sellout time. That was a sellout time in Flint. You remember when Arthur Woodson keep running around here talking about Rich Bear running around buying people?
No, I didn't know that.
That's the same era.
Well,
so we gotta, and then like I said, the last person that went on trial that I heard of was Rich Bear trying to get his charges dropped. So all of that, like I said, all of this, and he was also one of the ones that was subpoenaed to serve too. So what I'm saying of it is, if there's a will, there's a way. And I gotta go along with you because we also are we're living in a city that don't know what clear and factual is when it comes to getting justice. Like I said, I done seen Monica Galloway get recalled because she wasn't at a meeting. Was you at the meeting? No, I wasn't at the meeting. You're recalled. And ain't no why she wasn't at the meeting. Just like when Mayor Neely was when Arthur recalled him because he did not have that meeting, that State of the Union meeting with the city at the projected date. That was supposed to be the conversation. It wasn't supposed to be why he didn't have that meeting. It was supposed to be, did you have a meeting? No, you're recalled. Simple as that. Now, as far as who would have won the recall election, if enough signatures would have been gathered up to have the recall, that was the question. But as far as him being recalled because of that language being clear and factual, most definitely. He should have been recalled. And then it's the question of if you got enough qualifying signatures to go along with the runoff. But the first step definitely was there because it's too simple. It's too simple.
What'd you know about Jeff Wright? Because Brenda Boyd said, she said, let's talk about Jeff Wright. He has to be included in these conversations.
That's another quick attack. It'll be a lot of still moments that people want to come out and talk about Jeff Wright. But we got to look at the bond. I think Jeff Wright will be under a whole lot of scrutiny if they actually came up with who was benefiting off the KWA bond and all of the KWA decisions, all of the water switches. Yes, Jeff Wright is definitely another one that needs to be mentioned. But he's also one that's keep getting reelected, and he's been on that board ever since all of this madness went down. It's
On
like
what board?
he's on the drain commission. He's a drain commissioner. And he was in that position before, after, and during this water crisis.
It's good to have the right friends in the right places.
Man, I mean, they got a crew, and then but it just, our city just need to do more observing, and we just need to get more people active in voting. I mean, that's just it. Every ward need at least 25% every election. We need to start getting 10, 20% more till we at a 70-80% ratio when it comes to vote. I'm not worried about electing the wrong people. I see a whole lot of people that probably won't even be running for office. Especially these people that, how can you? It's rumors. That's why I want to do that show. You got to set the show up with Winters Hall and Flo, because it's some questions that I need to ask about people that are currently in office. And Satara, when I listen to her and I hear her say, people tell me to run for office. She don't even live in Flint, but they're telling her to run for office. We got two people that got elected this time around with serious question marks about, do they really live in Flint? And it's not a person like me that should be bringing it up, but I'm getting pissed off, and I'm just tired, and I'm probably gonna start bringing it up. But it's not. I shouldn't bring it up. I shouldn't have to bring it up. If it's true, it should have been out. They should have never been comfortable enough to even run for office. If it's true. I'm not saying it's true. I don't see nobody getting on no plane. I don't got nobody's school records of what school their kids go to. I don't got nobody rent history for where they rented at last year. I don't got none of that. And I haven't tried to get into that. I have just been mentioned that by too many people.
Nah, hold up, Rich. Nah, Brenda boy, he didn't say Winters should run. He said he would want to talk to Winters and Florinda about something. Now, what he said was people asking Shatara to run. That's what he had said, Brenda.
And she don't even live in Flint. So if y'all asking somebody that y'all normally don't live in Flint to run for office, then I got to think about these people that they talk about that are elected in office that don't live in Flint. I gotta seriously think about those timelines. But it shouldn't be up to me to go back there and investigate those timelines. And it's a shame. It's a shame on anybody that promote a person that don't live in Flint for a Flint position. It's a shame, but it's a possibility. And I gotta say, it's a possibility. I can't say it's a happening now. It's been happening, because once again, I don't have no records of what school your kids go to. I don't have no rental history of your last 2 or 3 years of what state you stayed in. I don't have no record of your travel, and
Hold
I'm not finna go out and try to get no record of your travel or your rental history for the last 2 or 3 years. I'm not finna do it. But a shame on anybody that know that these people ain't residents of Flint, but they still supported them and got them elected. And it's a shame on the city of Flint if y'all gonna elect somebody that ain't a Flintstone at that time of the election. Shame on y'all.
Brenda, Brenda, what you mean? You know what's been going on, Rich? Come on, what you mean by that? You told Rich facts.
People telling me facts, and like I said,
No, I was asking Brenda what she
I
meant by
don't.
that.
I ain't seen nobody kid going to no school that ain't in Flint. I ain't seen nobody getting off no plane. I ain't seen no airplane tickets showing somebody flying to and from Flint. Or I ain't seen no gas receipts showing that somebody. I ain't seen no check stub. I ain't seen no rental. I ain't seen no rental history. I ain't seen. All I heard is a lot of words. That's why I want to get with Winters Harding, because I've been hearing a lot of words about different candidates from different sides. It ain't all one-sided when it comes to people not living in Flint.
Yeah. Okay, now Shatara just got a question. She said, but I love Flint. She said, I advocate for Flint always. And she said, I get why I'm asked. And the shame isn't asking someone who doesn't live in Flint to run. The shame is needing someone outside of Flint to run. See?
That's even worse. That's even another slapping of stupid in our own.
Hold up, because you kind of confusing me with the how is that worse? Would you say because they asked if somebody was asking Shatara to run when she's
I'm just
because right now you losing me on this. I don't get
that
where you coming at with that.
That we don't have a regular Flintstone strong enough to where you would want to boost somebody else to represent your city that live in your city. That's sad.
But I mean, no, because you're losing me with that. Like I said, she in Flint doing stuff. That was just somebody
And I
asked.
don't
Maybe
I don't see nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying that's even sadder. She in Flint doing stuff and she don't live in Flint. What about all the people that live in Flint that ain't doing nothing?
Oh, okay.
And then mainly, what about the people that live in Flint that know these people don't live in Flint that supported them and told people lies about them?
So who are you talking about, man? I can't be going off
Man,
into
I
all
ain't
this
saying
circle.
no names.
But why bring it up then, Rich? Why you
but,
just as bad? We'll quit bringing that stuff up then, man. Because what you just doing, you being messy right now. I'm just gonna tell you straight up.
I am.
Like a lot of the stuff I just watch you just spit, you calling yourself taking
I'm
shots at certain
messy.
people, but you scared to really say what you doing. That's messy. I'm just
not
tell
scared.
you what you. No, that's messy though, because you're not really saying it. Listen to me, because what you really saying is how you trying to say it without taking the shot. Now I'm gonna let you go ahead, Rich. Your messiness will catch back up.
I know, but I am messy. I'm not gonna lie. This is the messiest I have ever been. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't have no concrete proof that any of these people don't live in the city of Flint.
Well,
all I can say is a rumor.
But
I have no concrete proof that these people do not live in the city of Flint. None.
So why get? I know, Shatara. I've been told. Yeah, you're right. I didn't heard you tell Rich that. Now I see why Weaver banned his ass. Now, playing. Playing. I see why she did that now.
Playing. But listen. But
But
I'm hoping.
no, you listen for a minute. I let you rant. I listen to you try to say I let you rant for damn near 49 minutes. You just went and said everything. Yeah, no, right. Like Shatara just said, don't talk about rumors, only speak on facts. And Brenda Boyd said that's very easy to get. So while you being messy today, I should have called it the Messy Rich Show today. If you gonna speak on it, speak on it. You didn't went out here and said all these people was running. You don't know if them people wanted that business out there like that today, Rich. There's a lot of things you just did. You just went beside yourself today. No, Brenda boy, we know. I know. Rich wasn't talking about Shatara neither. I know he just ain't want to say it, but fuck it, I'm gonna say it. He didn't want to say Dr. Liddell, and he want to say Congresswoman Tanya Burns. I'm gonna go and throw it out there because he bullshitted. I ain't gonna let you just. You like you gonna try to do it. I know who Rich was talking about. No, he can't throw rocks and hide his hands at Tyra. That's why I just stopped his ass right there. If you gonna do it, you gonna be real, Rich. Stop that. Even brother, if you gonna call it. No, this is what you want to say, but I mean that's what Brenda Boyd was talking about.
Is Liddell Lewis and Albie Hooker-Roder.
Hey, man, quit that now because you was also, I know it was Ali Hooker-Roder, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, stop it. Cause that's what I'm saying. But I ain't knocking that, man. But don't do that, brother.
But I'm gonna say this once again. All I've been hearing is coming from different people, and I'm not gonna lie. It's been mostly allies, but it has been some of their supporters. And see, it is really the supporters that trips me out. I'm like, what? I mean, really? Come on.
But allegedly, let me say that because I ain't got time.
And it's all alleged. Like I said, I haven't seen any paperwork on them not living in the city of Flint. All I have done was heard multiple people say that they don't live in the city of Flint. And the reason why I'm just kind of mad because it's just too much talk about people that don't live in the city of Flint. But it's if y'all feel that way about somebody, is that really going on? Y'all need to put the paperwork out there and get this problem solved instead of letting all these years go by. That's all I'm saying.
But Rich, that's politics though. But that people been doing that. But hear me out, Rich. Just hear me out. People been getting people because remember I asked you, I said, who brought Sir Major up here? Remember they was trying to get him up here?
Thank you.
Remember he was coming. People been pulling stunts. That's why I asked you that. I was like, man, like where he come from? Like they brought him in. People been bringing people in, pulling stunts like that, man. That's all I'm trying to say. This ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? But if it's in the rules and they've been here, you know what I'm saying? There's rules. I'm just saying. But I'm not finna go do no homework for it and see if it's the truth or not. To be honest with you, if it's been verified.com, but Brenda Boyd says it's been verified. But I know people so tricky.
Okay, I need her to be never. You know what? We don't know. We don't.
Allegedly, I'm just saying this. Not me. This was what Rich said. This is the words Rich came with.
And I have no physical proof.
Right.
I have none.
But if people do know, you know what I'm saying? If they do know, yeah, that is crazy. You know what I'm saying on that aspect. You know what I'm saying? If they know, but if they brought her up here and they feel that, man, you got to understand this is business. You know, like they say, this is chess, not checkers. So if they got their person, then shame on them. You know.
Now, this is the question I got for you, though, Mick.
What's up? And Brenda Boyd said you just can't pick and choose either, right, Brenda? You know what I'm saying? Who done this before? Ain't other having prior councils that did that too?
But this is the question I got for you and Brenda Boyd.
Well, come on with it, Rich.
Who should we be mad at the most? Should we be mad at the people that know these people ain't in Flint and wasn't from Flint and told people to vote for them? Or should we be mad at the people that know these people don't whatever this stuff is true about these allegations is true about them, and yet they don't even do what I just did. Which one should we be which one should we be attacking? Which one should we be calling out?
I mean, if you really got the proof, man. But my thing is this: I look at it like this, Rich. She said nothing like she said I have none. I was providing a resource. She said all of them be mad at all of them. Who will everybody be mad at everybody, Brenda? My thing like this, Rich, I look at it like this, no different than a pastor. Just like how a church come recruit pastors from other cities to come here and do that. Now, if a person recruited somebody that might have lived here and left, just say for instance, I got a little cousin to go to college, right? Say she don't come back, she want to stay at college, but I'm like, I'm in the politics. I'm like, hey, won't you come back to Flint? I can get you in this council seat. You know what I'm saying? Am I wrong for doing that? I'm in politics. Oh, I reach out to a friend of mine that was from here. Maybe they've been gone, say 10 years. And I'm like, hey, look, won't you come on, move back here? I want you to run for this council seat. Would I be wrong for doing that?
Not if you did it the right way. Not if you could cover all your cross your T's and dot your I's.
How long do you have to be in Flint to live here before you can run?
No, I think it was like 6 months to a year.
6 months
before your inauguration day or something.
Okay,
I don't know what the rules was because I was a lifelong resident.
Right, just like all of us been lifelong. I mean, been lifelong here and moved out. See, I can't be mad at a person. Just say a person. I caught myself. I got somebody looking at me, watching me with all this cussing. Now let me say this: if it's like I say in business, people gonna make business decisions. If I am a mayor and I'm running, I would try to get my people in on that council seat. You know what I'm saying? Even if they stayed in Flushing or say Grand Blanc, I might tell. I mean, listen, man, this business. When you doing things, you can get mad. You don't gotta like it. Just make sure you get your people elected. That's the name of the game. You got to get your people. You know what I'm saying? Now, what might be bad? What might be bad is, like you said, I'll say this: if they know they just told this person to come here, compared to a person who's been living here for, just say a person been here from the water crisis, and you help the person that just got here from a year over the person that been here that been fighting out with the water crisis with you, yeah, that is kind of sad. You know what I'm saying? That you would rather take somebody that's been in a fight with you because you might got a couple differences with them. Yeah, that's sad on that aspect. But no, I wouldn't be mad then if a person reaching out. It's sad that they can't find nobody in Flint to do it. That's what's sad. That's what you got to be really like sad if you ain't got people who want to run.
What's sad is if we don't have no more you can't lose election. And what I mean by that, no matter who you vote for, they finna get out there and pound the ground for the city of Flint. They finna represent. That's sad. You can't shit in some races you can't win. Some races you can't win. You don't have a person that's 1,000% Flintstone. You got somebody that's always 90 to 99% hidden agenda. And it's sad. It's sad, and we got to go back to the days to where that's why so many people in Flint are disconnected when it comes to vote, because of the decision. First of all, it's past decisions made by elected officials. Then number two is the fact that a lot of these people are only popping up when it become election time, and then they're disappearing until they decide to run for office again.
What did you say?
So we just got a lot going against us. And then number two is you got these politicians that are taking advantage of our lack of activity. They
That's
take
that,
advantage of
that's the
the
point
way
I
they
was.
take advantage of
That's
us.
the point I was trying to make. And Brenda Boyd said Flint is full of immigrants. The point I was trying to make was this, though. Do you think they really want the people to wake up and really be voting? Because some of these people wouldn't be in office. So
Man, look,
you know what I'm
I
saying?
would not have ran for office if the people was awoke. There would have been no need for me to run for office if the people were awoke. There would be no need. I mean, it's a lot of good people that won't run for office because of such a flaw that's going down when it comes to our community. That one I remember. I did a show, and they asked me what would I bring back. I said I would bring back pride. I said our city don't even have pride. You don't really hear people running around here saying I'm proud to be from Flint.
I mean, probably not. Now, let me answer this question for you, Brenda Boyd.
Oh, when I was young though, we represented
Hold
the
up.
FLINT,
Yeah,
baby.
hold up, Rich. Because Brenda Boyd said that means a whole bunch of people move here. I've been here since 1976. Yeah, I was born here too, though, Brenda. But do you know this? A lot of people that did move out of Flint to move to Beecher was from Flint when they was able to move around. Because you got to remember, it was only certain parts that blacks could live in Flint.
A lot
You
of
know what
people
I'm
that live in
saying?
Grand Blanc come from Flint.
Yeah, that's what that. I mean, that's why you have a lot of people. See, that's the miscon. This why Flint is in the shape that they in, man. Because you're fighting for the wrong things. You're supposed to be fighting to get the things better. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like the council people should be fighting for schools, trying to help the school board. I mean, working as unison to get the things. How you feel about the school board situation?
Man, I feel the school board lack common sense. I don't see how we got such people talk about education with no common sense. It's common sense what need to be done with the Flint Public School. They need learning centers. They need new schools. They need to shorten their teacher to student ratio, and they need to go back and appeal all of those uh rulings and laws that allowing these charter schools to be 80 to 90% of Flint kids. 80 to 90% of these kids that go to uh, New Standard or Robert Glenn, all of these charter schools. It's still a lot of buses running around the city of Flint, but they're busing the kids out of Flint. And then let's think about their waiting list. All of those charter schools have waiting lists with Flint kids on it that they don't even care about. And then let's think about what's left that end up at our Brownell school. A time bomb ready to explode every day. It could be a catastrophe at Brownell school. Every day. You got your personnel, you got the mental problems of all of the students, damn near all of the students. I'm not going to say all of them, but damn near really all of them, because the ones that ain't affected mentally are affected mentally because they got somebody mental in their classroom. That if they ain't picking on them, they doing enough class disruption to where they can't get their education the right way. Then you got your staffing that don't know how to communicate with your parents. Then you got and we already know about how these parents roll. We already know how these parents roll. You got a time bomb ready to explode every day at what's left for the Flint Public School. So that should have been elementary about what they should have been doing, and whatever argument and stuff they have in there, maybe like you said before, maybe we talked about the wrong stuff. Because if they ain't talking about shrinking the classroom sizes down, if they ain't talking about going and talking to all these parents and asking them why 80 to 90% of them is sending their kids outside of Flint Public Schools, they ain't talking about changing the Flint Public School problem.
You know why they sending them out? What do Flint Public Schools got to offer them?
See what I'm saying? They need to be talking. Why? Oh, my kid is in this program. Well, we need to put this program back in the Flint school to get you back over here. I mean, think about it. You closed down Carpenter Road School, a school surrounded by an elementary school that's surrounded by apartment. What lives in apartment? Kids. You have young adults that mostly live in apartments. That's the beginning phase. And then some of them get good enough by the time a child get in junior high school, maybe they have to wait till they get in high school to get a house. But by the time they can move out, guess what? You got 4 or 5 more people that's now young adult with kids.
Yeah.
There's no way in the world that we should have lost our elementary schools that were surrounded by apartments. There's no way in the world, but we did.
Well, like Shatara said, they need to pay teachers better as well. But this too, Rich, you forgetting they should have better schools too, man. They should have a brand new school. They should have a brand new school. They shouldn't be going to school with like how what was that, Dora Ryder? They had mold.
And that was a brand new school. That was one of the new ones.
What was it? When was it built? In 2000?
Man, I don't want to get
that's old school. Won't you get some new ones just like they did that FCS, like how they did that Power School, how they upgraded for them over there. You know what I'm saying? When you got the council and you know the different thing these people make, it's by design, man. That's why I feel like with us, not us, I mean it, but fires, blacks in general, man. It don't make no sense that we don't have our own. We got too many smart, educated people, man. Too many kids that have went away to college. You know that you know probably teachers we can bring back who will want to help. You know what I'm saying? That you know teachers out who will probably want to come help the kids, man.
You know what I've been looking at, man.
What's up?
Man, we've been forming like in cities like Flint.
Yeah. We've
been forming too many winners. I mean, think about it. Think about before GM was infiltrated mentally. The workers in GM was infiltrated mentally.
Right.
The first wave wasn't nothing but hard work. We would get one person, and that mostly was the male, to move from Arkansas, Alabama, or whatever, come to Flint, get a job in that shop, and take care of his family. Okay, that was with the 60s or 70s. Now that's moving to the late 70s, early 80 parents. That's when we starting to get in high school and stuff. We got 2 parents that work in the shop now.
Well, the cost of living went up, brother.
But
this was Shatara just said. She said, brother, hold up for a minute, man. Let me answer these questions. Okay, she said a lot of them want to come back and teach. The pay is trash, though.
You get what you pay for. And they could afford to pay more, but did they want to pay more? That's the question. Look how many times our Flint school board went on strike. The Flint had 2 strong unions that is not nothing now. And that was the UAW and our Flint Public School Board. Those 2 unions didn't play. We had counselors, we had all counselors, we had all kinds of classes. We had We have 4 Class A high schools. We have 4 Class A high schools. We went from that to we can't even have 1 Class A high school, but yet we still got these same buses running through, even with the housing decline and the increase of apartments and all of that stuff. We still got all of these buses running throughout the city of Flint, Monday through Friday, picking these kids up, taking them. Some of them going to Flint schools. I'm not gonna lie. We still got about about a couple thousand kids could still go to Flint schools. Nowhere near where we used to be in the 80s and 90s. We're not even competitive. We're not even competitive in the 2000s and 20s the way we were 20 years ago in 1990. We're not even. That's not even. It's not even a comparison. We got a drastic change in everything, and yes, we've been needing higher pay. That been a problem. That was the beginning of the people taking their kids out of the Flint public schools. That was the beginning of the reason. Like I said before, we need to go and talk to those parents. Why do you live in the city of Flint and you bus your kid to a charter school? And they need to start from there, and then they need to work their way back to getting those parents to put their kids back in the Flint public school. But it's a whole lot of parents that they got to convince to come back. And I don't think it can be done because it's like I said, those charter schools are 80 to 90% Flint students. They ain't stealing kids from Carmen Ainsworth. They ain't stealing kids from Flint Township. They are stealing kids from Beecher. But they ain't stealing that many kids from Beecher. Hell, Beecher's stealing kids.
Well,
But Beecher is a Class C high school now when it used to be a Class B. So our Division 3 now, or what they say, a Division 3.
but that goes by because the tower said not to mention the Big Nine. But what that is, it's just going by class size, district sizes. You know that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we got a lot of work to do. I just pray that the citizens of Flint just start getting more informed and getting more, and then become less. We got too many people, too many sellers. Just like we got different people that get in office and they take care of different people. And so those different people that they does favors for are silent towards the other stuff that's going on. You got to take $1 from your friend and be like, hey, look, cuz you need to go get him $1 too. Or look, cuz you wrong. Don't have no friends. Just like y'all can chastise me, tell me when y'all disagree with me or don't agree with me, and I can do the same with y'all.
No
Everybody friends need to be that way. We got people out here that will go hard and will go off on you because you don't agree with them. And sometimes maybe what they're trying to say is right. Sometimes maybe what they try to say is wrong. But the bottom line of it is they ready to go ham because you don't agree with them.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Sometimes it do be hard to tell your friends when they wrong, but that's not being a friend. When you ain't gonna tell them when they wrong.
A real friend gotta tell his friend when they wrong. Got to. That's just like hanging with somebody that's a aspiring artist, and they song is garbage, and you telling them, man, push that, push that, push that, and you laughing when they go up on stage, know they finna get booed.
Yeah. Oh, but in this game a little different, brother. To me, this ain't like that. This is like they playing with people's lives. You know what I'm saying? Just even when they know the water not clean. but yet people still bathing and you can't drink. You know what I'm saying? You can't drink it.
They know the land bank ain't right, but yet they still taking up for it.
Yeah, I mean, but
You
that,
know,
but
it just
that's because some people, because to them, and we'll just go, you know, for instance, we'll go with Councilman Quincy. To him, the land bank, they cool, but everybody don't have that same experience he had with him. So he shouldn't be putting his experience on them that somebody else might have had. A lot of people, you know, I done heard people who didn't have bad experience with him, but you have the ones who have a good experience. I mean, that one person who have a good experience, they seem like they get the loudest voice.
yep,
You know what I'm saying?
yep.
It's just like like with anything. So you know, it to me is like, listen, the overall fact is not good. Just even with this water lawsuit, man. Like I said, I was distraught. I was the one filming the show that day. What he was saying, you know, the 29, like, dude, it was over 80 some thousand people that got poisoned. How
Yup,
can you like still trying to justify it, even when they said when they just had that form? I'm
yup.
still baffled by it. Like, to be honest with you, Rich, I can't see even what he say for the ones who is getting paid. Like, dude, and when you got, well, we put these in for this credential. No, if you lived in Flint, you was at that. If you dealt with that water, man, you should be able to be. You know what I'm saying? At least you should have went and fought for everybody to have free health care. You know what I'm saying? You should have. They could have fought for that, but it's just like the deal that they got. Then this totem going around having a forum like this was a hell of a deal. I think that's insane. That's just my personal. I think that's insane. And then for us to even get people, and I know the brother gonna probably be mad what I'm saying though, but no, he ain't, because he a brother that'll sit down. Because me and him was having this conversation when he was there. But I'm applaud like you going around, like you can go around and be like, well, like what Neely was saying, it ain't the ceiling. Well, what was he saying? It ain't the floor.
It ain't the floor. It ain't the ceiling. It's the floor.
Right. You right, Shatara. Yeah, the deal was disrespectful. And I can't believe like how the brother, when he like to me, and I get it, you doing business with that law firm. So of course you gonna be out there standing up for him. But when I can look at the city of Flint and you trying to tell me and you trying to justify how they didn't came up, it's sad. I mean, but it's really sad. Like for him to even think that
We didn't even
this
have a
a
conversation.
yeah, this is sad. But I understand him. That's who he doing business with. Because regardless of what you say, he doing business. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's sad. Like, nah, he should have been the first one. Nah, I gotta tell the people to opt out. No, I can't tell him to do this. That's not
Man,
real. But
how you gonna tell the people to opt out when they signing up for the lawsuit at your building?
no,
When they
but
taking their
that's
bone
the
skin test at your building, how you
but
gonna tell them to opt out? That's
But
not to
that's
your benefit at
no
all.
right. That's what I'm saying. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Like he gonna tell you this. It's like because he doing business. I get it's a capitalistic country, but I'm looking at when do we put morals over money? You feel what I'm saying? When do we put morals over money? Because if you saying it's 20,000, right, Rich? But he's saying it, but they based it off basically maybe he's saying they based the formula off 29,000.
So he say 29,000.
Yeah, he's saying 29. And how many you were saying? What was you getting your facts from?
Well, my
Your
my
numbers.
my beginning of understanding about far as proceeding with this settlement and stuff
Right.
is that we needed 19,000, was it nice? I think it was like 15,000 to sign up.
Right.
So that was back when they came up, or maybe before. That was before they came up with the 600,000, because you got to remember that the only thing that the lawyers was doing was encouraging people to sign up for the lawsuit. So they had to get enough people to sign up for the lawsuit before they could make any progress.
Yeah, let me answer this to Shatara. This is what she said. She said it's crazy to sell your people out for a few dollars. We seen it before that those sellouts always try to come back after they have been used up. Now, and Shatara, you know what? I do really agree with that. They always come with our people and bring it back. That's why blacks are so skeptical. Why they really don't like dealing with this, because on every end, the majority get the short end of the stick.
Well,
And
like
that's
I
just
said,
and I'm saying this is just my personal opinion. We get the short end because ain't no way, man. It was too much disinformation. Remember, 1 minute it was sign up, don't sign up. Now it was, you know what I'm saying? You had to, and that was one of my knocks on Maurice Davis when he voted for that. And look how McLaren got to opt out. You know, like, did nobody see this coming down the pipeline? That's what I'm
we
saying. When we have leadership like that, they keep giving you, they give out mixed signals. Then what can they tell the people now? That's just like with this court. I don't want to speak nothing on it because I want to wait to see what it come back before I can I can have one of them. I told y'all. Because when Brother Reggie was down there, this was the exact words I was telling him when we was talking off air. I was like, man, you think that's all right? You know what I'm saying? He'll tell you. That's why I said, no, he ain't gonna catch no attitude. Because like me was talking, I was like, dude, you think that's all right? And you know what I'm saying? However, he was making his points, and I was trying to make mine. Cause I'm like, dude, you gotta get It's too much. You got to get to qualify for some money. That's crazy. But only only in a poor city where they play people like that. And this my thing. And like you can say Ben Crump, man. Listen, no people don't be having all them hellified names out here. When you go to other cities, when you see how people have been played. You know what I'm saying? With being crumped them. They don't like to come see them coming, man, all the time. We get caught up with this Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, them, man. Them people, Ben Crump come up out of that up under that cloth. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get people be mad with the church right now, because they use the people through the church. No, we do settle for crumbs all while the whole loaf is in your face for taking. Now, because you know what, they ain't gonna never stick together like that. When you got your elected officials, man, not doing deals in your best favor, man, you're a hit. They can get the easy thing was to make it. Yeah, and the easy thing was to highlight, the lawyer's getting this money. Yeah, that was the easiest thing to highlight because they is getting it. But but my thing is they came in with their crew and they had to scour the city, see who would play ball with them for them to get them. Who did they go through? The church. Then they use the people, man, off they hurt. When you really not thinking, when you in distraught, man.
With the 411 thing. Oh,
yeah.
You've been done wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, join the settlement. Oh, sue the state. And they never sat down and asked you how much was you expecting. What did you deserve?
But what can you really pay when you've been poisoned, Rich? Do you think really 50,000 or something? They could have said everybody in Flint to live in Flint at that time free health care. But that's what I'm saying. When we're not dealing with moral people, man. Right. They always capitalize off the pain. But we're not dealing with moral people, man. We dealing with immoral people. That's why I don't be want to hear that Jesus talk. When even with that, these so-called Christians, yet a whole city been poisoned. All this, what would Jesus do? Kill some of y'all for even playing games like that in his name? This is a Christian country, but yet you got poor. You know what I'm saying? We done did, so they didn't, I ain't gonna say they done did so many experiments on the people. We sit up here and act like it ain't real. Like that Tuskegee experiment wasn't real. But yet we supposed to believe in the government. Like, this is the craziness, man, that these people be sitting up here, even with Flint. I call this a big experiment. When they poison the water, and it's like it's getting swept up under the rug. Man, just like Eric talking about what Murdoch did to him, everybody supposed to be talking about what the fuck, how they been poisoned. This shouldn't be a day in sight where they ain't talking about we been poisoned. Flint still ain't got clean water. That supposed to be on the national news, man.
Yeah, and you got people that fighting the free people that been in jail for 44 years.
Look at that.
About the water crisis is old. They've been in jail 44 years. Don't you think criminal justice been wrong for longer than 8 years? And you still trying to raise your voice? I don't think there's no time to be inquiring about our situation. I feel it's time that we go out there and get that 60 to 70,000 people to start raising hell. And that was shocking me, because every time I would mention the opt out, oh, you got to get your own attorney. Oh, you're gonna be, man. I'd rather get my own attorney that's gonna sit down and
But
ask me
listen,
what I want
the
than
worst
one of
thing,
these attorneys that finna tell these. They finna.
Rich,
They,
the worst thing they could have did was went in there as a group. You should have went with your own attorney. That's the worst thing when you go in on a lawsuit like this. You going in because that's how they gonna break it down. People should have went with their own attorneys from Jump Street. But this our problem. You get scared that you ain't got no money. How I'm gonna pay my lawyer? How I'm gonna do this? And then I fought the people who brought. I fought the people who brought them. Who brought these ones in? Like Eric got something to
now
do
you
with
really
that.
open up a can of worms.
Yeah, Eric got something to do with that. Look at everybody that left, but Flint still gonna be in that condition. Because this is my thing with the council people. Just say, is the ones that y'all assuming that don't stay here, if they lose, I'll say just say, is they leaving Flint? If they lose, if they don't run for their seat, that's my thing. Will they still be here? Because I don't care about when you came. Is you gonna stay for the duration of the fight? And then I'm cool with people who use this as stepping ladders. Man, everybody use some as a stepping ladder. You can't tell me what I want to do when I got to feed my family or how I get my money. You know what I'm saying? People leave jobs all the time, take better jobs to go out of town. But if that's what you was here for anyway, to just get some money, I respect that too. But let it be known. You know what I'm saying? Just let it be known.
All I can say is this water settlement has really shown a lot of people true colors.
No, this memorial race finna show some true colors. This finna probably be so nasty. People finna be picking sides. People that was probably just going to barbecues when they going to get-togethers last year when they took us off lockdown. This one probably finna have cousins beefing with each other. I'm trying to tell you, family members, sisters, and homeboys, because you can see it now. People are already drawing their lines in the sand right now, man. It's already been drew from the last election. And now it's finna even get drew in the sand even more. That's the sad part. It's finna get drew in the sand. It's finna be drew in the sand. But the thing is, how can you heal the city, man, after this election? You know, how can they stop the pain?
Only thing I can say is we need to get action. We need more action. It's time out for voting for somebody and expecting them to write a resolution that's gonna change our lives. If we want something done, just say for instance, this zero balancing of our water account. We're gonna have to get together and write it up in a petition and go out there and get enough people to sign the petition, and then fight for enough people to go to the polls and vote for it. Our city council, ain't nobody on city council finna do that. Ain't nobody in our mayor and current administration finna do that right now. It's not finna happen. It's not finna happen. That's why I fought so hard and I was asking the people to raise their voices, because I was they didn't ignore me, but they didn't embrace me either. Because I'm still not being embraced because they still don't mention my name when they talk about it.
But just look at it like this, Rich. Let's just look at it from this standpoint. You was the only one came in and said zero balance the water, right? You didn't have now 1 through 9 wars, and nobody come talking about the water. They was more talking about, I'm gonna get in there, I'm gonna do this. They was too busy talking about what the predecessor was doing. That was the problem. You have more talk about the people who seat they was trying to take. But nobody talking about fixing the water.
You know what the problem was? Do you remember how some of them people in that politic reboot group on Facebook was attacking me, like
I wasn't in
saying
there
that?
at the time.
Well, they was saying it would be a waste of money. My grandma paid her water bill. Eric May should pay his water bill. They was just there was, but those people affected certain councilwomen at that time. To the fact that they affected one of them so bad that she went behind my back, and it was certain people that were supporting the cause as residents, and she went and told those people that I didn't know what I was talking about. Don't listen to him. Don't follow him. That can't be done. And then when I
Because
sat
Rich,
down but when I sat down and I told her that Eric Mays told me that the water fund was $21 million short, and that Dan Kildee told me that yes, you could take those Harper funds and you could straighten out your water fund. Guess what she told me? Oh,
what?
why you didn't tell me that at first? And then another person that lost the city council race, you know what she told me?
What she tell you, Rich?
If my constituents pay their water bill, I don't think it would be a good idea for me to bring it up. And then another person that was running in that same ward was like, oh no, the people I hang around with, they like y'all should pay your water bill. I said, well, while you running for office, why don't you come down and while I'm in front of City Hall, and why don't you make that announcement? Oh no, 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 no. I said, so it's all about a vote. And then the other person that lost that race, you know what I told her to do?
What?
The same thing that Eric Mays told Quincy Murphy to do when he got to crying about he ain't voting one way because they ain't giving Early no money. Write it up, and give your constituents a water credit.
No,
Why don't
Rich,
you?
that's just Rich,
Yeah,
but that's
but
Rich, but this is what you mentioned, Rich. That's just like the United States Senate, the House of Representatives, and the Senate. Man, they don't do deals for poor people. They do deals with people who got money. And that's the thing. You gotta look at that. They not doing deals that help help their constituents. Man, they feel I give you a park. I'm gonna give you a summer where
Mitch,
we're gonna do some summer gigs together. You know what I'm saying? They got
Mitch,
tricked. You see the
please
people.
help me understand
I'm telling you.
this new park. Please enlighten me
Rich, I
about
wouldn't
the
I
benefits
wouldn't
of this new park.
No, I wouldn't even. I was just using. I ain't even talking about that part. I'm just saying the trickers that they give us. You know what I'm saying? They do this. They throw a that. You know what I'm saying? They do a cleanup. It's going to be some cleanups going on this summer, ain't it? You gonna be a part of it?
Better not nobody running for mayor. I don't care how much of a friend, how much I love you. Better not nobody running for mayor. Better not do no cleanup. Talking about I'm doing a cleanup vote for. That better not happen. That better not happen. Not this year. And hoo-hoo for everybody that ran off of that this year, because guess what? Our city look worse now than it did before the election.
I mean, well, you gotta blame your council
I
people
feel that
who voted for that contract.
I feel that the people that got elected, that while they was running for office, they was always talking about I'm doing a cleanup. I feel that they need to get out there and start cleaning up next week. They should never stop cleaning up.
Well, Rich, we're gonna end this live, man. You're gonna be back on. I see you eating. But you hold on
Mm-hmm.
for a second. I gotta holler at you before you get off. I'm finna end this live. But you coming back on at 7:30, right? Who you coming back on
We're
with?
coming on at 7:30, and I'm glad we had this conversation
I
because
didn't.
I'm going to have Jaleel X on, and I'm going to have Brother D on, and we're going to let them talk. We're going to let them talk about their their man up program, and we're going to give a shout. We're going to be a scream and a cry and a shout to the people out here in these streets and we're gonna trying to get them to stop the life.
And brother, I reached out to Winters and Ain't Flow. They said they couldn't come on, but maybe we'll catch them out. We'll be out in the streets and see them, and we're gonna hit the camera and y'all do your interview like that. Because we do run-ups too on Winters and Ain't Flow. So while y'all
because Winters and A-Fro, they have more inside information about who live in the city of Flint than I do.
They do?
Yeah.
How you know they got that type of they privy to that information?
That's an outside influence that's very influential.
So you saying Winters can tell us who live here and who
Man,
don't?
they both know the good, bad, and ugly when it comes to that.
And you ain't mad at them, and they know these people don't live here, and they supported them still.
Well, maybe they can clean it up. Maybe they can clean it up, and they can bring proof that the people that they supported do live here, because they did.
Hey, Rich, I'm gonna end it on that note, man.
Okay.
Yellow. What's up?